Hi, everybody, and welcome back. My name's Melissa, and this year I'm sharing 365 tips for frugal living. Today's tip is quit buying organizational tools. Um, Instead of going and buying more crates and bins and racks and everything, just quit, because it's a sign that you have too much. So instead of going out and spending more on more stuff to organize the stuff that you really don't need, get rid of some of the stuff. You can sell it, you could donate it, you can give it to a friend, any number of things. But I will frequently see people who are like, oh, I need a tray to organize my 37 different perfumes. Why do you need 37 different perfumes? Choose your top like three to five and get rid of the rest. You don't need that many. You certainly don't need another container to organize it. People who have collections upon collections, and I get it, for some people we treasure our things and that can be tough. There's some things I treasure. I have these Pyrex dishes that I rarely use. I mean, you've seen me use my Pyrex bowls. I use those a lot, the like Harvest Color Pyrex bowls, like those I got from my grandma. But I also have these like little dishes. They're pink and white, and they have like these designs and these little glass lids, and they like stack on each other, and these like little casserole dishes, and they're super cute, and I love them. And they were my grandma's, and I do use them occasionally, just not a ton, because I'm so afraid of breaking them. And I love them, and there's so many memories to them. But I mean, I also have other things like, as absolutely stupid as that sound, this is gonna sound, these spoons, they're my favorite. One, because they're pointy, but two, because they were my grandma's. So I have those spoons. So I understand the concept of like sentimental to some extent, but do you need your grandma's spoon collection? I mean, my grandma also had the spoon collection. She got a spoon everywhere she traveled, and she traveled a lot of places. And she had, I think she inherited it from somebody. I think there's a possibility that it was like a spoon collection from both sides of the family, but she had like hundreds of spoons. And they were some of them were very pretty, but we don't need to display spoons from places that my grandmother and great grandmother and great great grandmother traveled to. It's just not important. I mean, so there's not a huge sentimental tie there. So I certainly don't need to go and buy a ton of racks to accommodate it. So if you're sitting there going, I need a bin to organize my stuff, I need more whatever. And I mean, sometimes you're going to come into things like I had to get some bins, because when I was nannying, if I didn't have bins in my car for the stuff for the kid I nannied for, then my car turned into a total mess. So I needed to make sure to have that. And you know, so that was a little different, because it was like supplies for work. So I'm not saying like, oh, you know, you have to have your office supplies, just throw them away. I'm saying most of the stuff you have, you probably don't need. And even like office supplies, do you know how many free pens I've gotten through the years? I will tell people, no, I don't want it. And they're like, oh, here, keep it anyways. And I'm like, no, I don't want it. And I've just started like, now as I get them, I just give them to other people. But we collect so much stuff, and then we buy more stuff to organize these stuff, and then we get that stuff organized, and then we buy more stuff because we have more space, because we've organized the other stuff into boxes that we've bought. So then all of a sudden we don't have enough space. Then we buy more stuff for organizing our stuff to put it in and hide it away or get a storage unit or whatever. And then we again buy more stuff. It's like this vicious cycle. So I'm not saying you have to be a minimalist. I'm not saying you have to get rid of all your belongings, but the next time you look at your house and go, oh my God, I need to go out and buy a bunch of bins to organize my stuff. And again, if like, that doesn't mean like, oh, I had a baby, so I'm just, not going to organize that stuff. Or like, obviously there's going to be like major life changes. Or I get married. I'm sorry. You just don't get to bring your clothes because I'm not buying another dresser. I don't mean stuff like that, but I mean in general. When you're looking around and you're like, got too much clutter, I've got too much stuff, I need to go and buy some bins and some files and some organizational tools. Don't. Stop. Look at your stuff and go through your stuff and see what you really need and what you really love and what you're really going to use. And whatever you're not going to use, toss, get rid of, be done with. It is so freeing to not be chained to your stuff. Anyways, again, my name's Melissa, and this year I'm sharing 365 tips for frugal living. Today's tip is to the next time you need to organize your clutter, get rid of it instead of organizing it, because you're never going to organize your way out of stuff. Anyways, my name's Melissa. This year I'm sharing 365 tips for frugal living. If you want to hear more, please hit like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all tomorrow.